me old mate.
Good, good.
Dear.
1969, first single. You just keep on just doing it, don't you? It's lovely. Great.
Then what happened to it?
I suppose the question is how and why. I mean, how do you manage it? How do you manage to keep that voice, that style, that enthusiasm?
I think the voice, I think Michael's absolutely right. You know, you do borrow so much from so many artists. I mean, I have over the years. Sam Cooke, you know, Billie Holiday. And it finished up at Rod, you know.
But your first influence was Al Jolson.
Yeah, my family used to play a lot of Al Jolson when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like him, but, you know, I had to put up with him. That's all they would play, you know, at parties and things.
But he was the first guy, wasn't he, who actually didn't stand still on stage and just sing. He went out into the audience.
Yeah.
He built a ramp. He was the first guy who did that, you know.
Yeah, and no microphones in those days.
No, indeed not.
It's extraordinary.
But he was a great, great performer.
Yeah, I mean, all that getting down on one knee.
A lot of people.
I remember I started wearing white gloves after I saw Al Jolson.
Did you?
Yeah, when I was with the Faces, I just put the white gloves on. Well, I didn't quite do that.
But you, I mean, again, like Michael, you were born to be a singer, but that was, you know, you weren't going to do anything else, really, were you?
Well, there was a time when I was tampering about and thinking about playing football, but I don't know if I was born to be a singer. I had no inclination when I was at school, really.
No?
It's just my dad bought me a guitar for no apparent reason, you know, and I wanted, something from my railway, but he bought me a model railway, but he bought me a guitar instead. And I remember I used to have to walk a mile to tune it up, you know. So by the time I got to the guy that tuned it, I got back home, it all out of tune again.
But you never learned how to read music, did you?
No, I can't read music. No singing lessons. How about you, Michael?
Can't read a fleck, no.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? I mean, so, obviously you manage all right, but is it, do you wish you did read music?
No, not at all.
No?
I mean, I keep trying to tell my daughter Ruby, and my son Sean, he's having singing lessons, and I just think if you have that, you don't develop your own style. You know, I think if people try and channel you in one way, you don't develop a style.
So you learn, like Michael said, by listening to other singers, by absorbing them,
absolutely.
and by that sort of thing.
Put limitations on you, too. When you know you can't hit a certain note, you say, no, I can't hit it. But if you don't know, you end up just...
Yeah, you go somewhere else with it.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, you had some nerve, didn't you? Because you went on...
Nerve, I had nerve, dear.
My God, no. But you did. I mean, there you are. I mean, this kid, you had no ambition to be a singer as such, but yet you went busking at a very early age, didn't you? You went across to Paris. And you did quite well over there, didn't you?
I did. It was when I was a beatnik, you know. You remember beatniks?
I do remember.
My hair right down here. And I couldn't get a job, so I just went over to France and Spain and just started playing American folk songs outside the cafes, you know. And I was back there with my wife, my new wife, and about, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
In Saint-Germain, there's a wonderful coffee shop called Domago, and believe it or not, along came a guy busking, and he sang Tonight's the Night. So it was a complete circle.
That's wonderful.
Amazing. Ask me if I gave him any money.
Did you give him any money?
Did I? I did.
But did you get money? You make money doing that?
Yeah, I made
did
a lot.
Did you?
Yeah. I used to do, like, the Woody Guthrie songs and Ramblin' Jack Elliott.
Yeah. And what was the moment when it changed for you? When you knew, well, I've got to get serious about this. I've got to be a professional musician now and learn it and get stuck in.
Well, I think it was probably... I never really was... My heart wasn't set on playing football, you know. I was too lazy. So I went from one career to the other just sort of overnight. I was asked to join Long John Baldry's band, you know. He's a great blues singer. He was instrumental in bringing blues to this country. Yeah. And for £19 a week, which was astronomical in the 60s. And that was... didn't turn back after that.
And one of the great turning points in your career was, of course, when you decided to record the Great American Songbook as well. I mean, that was a very bold decision to make. It was, I think you said at the time, you felt like a traitor to rock and roll.
I did. I said that on this very show first time I came on, yeah. Well, it was... I did it more as a labour of love, you know, because I'd heard these songs all my life, and I said, I've just got a feeling I can sing them in a different way to anybody else who's done them, you know, with a rougher sort of voice. And we gave it a try, and lo and behold, 17 million albums later.
17 million albums. It did work, didn't it?
Yeah.
4 albums, that was,
I'll tell you what. Can I just interject here for a second?
Yeah.
So your record came out, and you were kicking my ass. Really? And so I called home and I said, Mom, Rod Stewart's kicking my ass. And you know what she said? She said, I love Rod Stewart. I just bought the record. It was wonderful. I thought,
bless you,
shut
old
up, Mom.
You spanned, as I said, I mean, what, 40 years now, I suppose, of music.
Yeah,
That's what you've been earning a living doing, and you've seen and met some great performers, some great songwriters, and people look back on that period as being a very golden period, I think.
Yeah,
Beatles, for instance, I mean, look at their songbook. I mean,
well, those songs will never be forgotten either.
Never,
you know, they're just
absolutely
tremendous. But I can't remember too much about the 70s.
You
I
can't?
really can't. Too much abuse of the brain box, unfortunately.
So you're a Tina Turner fan?
Oh, tremendous, yeah, tremendous. I love her.
But,
If there's one person I could get out of retirement and do a tour with, it would be Tina.
That'd be
I'd
something,
love
wouldn't
to,
it?
yeah. We did a couple of shows together, and just tremendous. She did Hot Legs. Woo, Lord have mercy.
And what about, just finally, the two of you? I mean, you've been in this industry for a long time. What's it like now compared to when you came in? Is it better as an industry or worse? Is it more difficult?
Well, I think, first of all, I don't think there's quite as many crooks around as there was when I started. I think the business is a lot more honest. You know, artists are represented well nowadays. Otherwise, I think it's pretty healthy. I mean, there's some good bands out there. I saw Arcade Fire the other night in Los Angeles. God, they were tremendous.
OK, talking about touring, why didn't the two of you get together and have a tour together, right?
Well, we could, yeah. We could do standards.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could sing rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you could too. The last tour I did at the States nearly killed me. I did 5 months, mate. So I can't do long tours.
How long do you do every night?
5 months. Oh, 2 hours and 22 minutes.
2 hours and 22 minutes?
Yeah.
I do like an hour and a half, and I'm lip-syncing most of it.
No. Oh, jeez, I would be so disappointed. I'm so against people who lip sync.
No, I never have. I never have. I've always thought about it might be... Because I always see those singers who are holding the microphone. I think, why are their hands so over top of the microphone like that?
Yeah. I'm so against that lip syncing. It's cheating.
It is cheating.
It's not live performing, you know.
Absolutely not.
But
No,
sometimes if you're
allowed.
dancing...
No, I dance a little bit on the stage and sing and get away with it.
He kicks footballs out on the stage and sings and all that sort of stuff.
I shoot hockey pucks. Come to my show.
OK, you're going to do it, yes, aren't you?
Yeah.
We've persuaded you so to do.
This is a big thing for me.
Is it?
Mom,